What's up, Moon Tribe? I'm Haley. Welcome back to Moon Tribe Tarot. These are general messages only, which means take what resonates and leave behind what does not. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me where your messages will 100% correlate to your storyline because they are for you in mind, you can find all the information on how to reach me in the description box down below. Let's get right off into it. I've already pulled your 2 cards for what you need to know on card of advice. We got the 5 of Pentacles, the 7 of Cups, and the 2 of Pentacles. So the 5 of Cups represents being left out in a situation. It represents depression, being out in the cold. It represents, this is overall a time of financial loss and emotional loss. This is a depression card. And to get it combined with the 7 of Cups, the 7 of Cups speaks about dreaming up many options. This is a card of the imagination, somebody that is daydreaming, and sometimes is somebody that it can be an indication to not be too lazy about a situation. It represents that the work is needed to be put into the situation. There are a lot of choices to choose that go from here. And not all of them are bad. A lot of them are really good. But you have to decide what is something that you want to do. With the 2 cards being out here together like this, I feel like it's possible that there is some sort of slight depression or a feeling of being left out in the cold, some sort of type of loss, and it is leaving you feeling, where do I go from here-esque type of thing. It's kind of a feeling of having a lot of options. So for some of you, some of you might be experiencing job loss, kind of being left out in the cold, especially with finances. And then with the 7 of Cups to come in and indicate you have a lot of options on where to go from here, all is not lost type of thing. And I can say the same thing for relationships, where something might have made you felt left out in the cold. It doesn't have to be that you're actually left out behind or kicked out, but it could be that you feel a little bit left behind, or a little bit emotionally deprived, and it is saying that you have a lot of options on where you want to go. Here's the thing with the 2 of Pentacles represents a balance. It represents more so that you are doing a good job balancing things together for now, but it cannot continue that way forever. The advice with this card is to figure out what can be dropped safely and what can be put down and picked up at a later time when you can handle it better. Because right now there's a lot going on and something will be dropped for you if you cannot choose on what it is that you would like to drop. So I feel like this is just a general kind of, I really don't see super fucking negative things here. The 5 of Pentacles is kind of a lost card. It does represent that feelings might be hurt. I might be feeling a little bit left out of some sort of situation. It's more like a seasonal depression card too, which a lot of you I feel are going through. For the most part, this does not have to be a bad thing. It is saying that you are taking on more than one thing at once. I feel like you're overwhelmed. For a lot of you, this is a stressors spread. This is something that a lot of you feel a little bit overwhelmed about what choices to make and where you're supposed to go from here. I would like one more card as to where this goes for the star sign. Okay. And you continue to fight another day. This is a card of resilience. It is a card of, if you can't figure out how to stop something, if you can't figure out what it is that needs to be stopped in order for you to have a new beginning, it is going to continue over and over again. So figure out how to do something in a new way or expect to be doing battle again. So this is kind of a stressors reading. I get this mainly for stress. It is not the worst thing that I have seen today. This is definitely nothing that is terror bad, but for the most part it is learning. There's a situation in which you've been in for a while. I feel like for a lot of you that you have been in for a while. I feel like it might be getting to you emotionally. I feel like a lot of you might be having a hard time juggling it. And the advice here is to figure out what can be safely placed down, because you continuously are fighting and fighting and fighting. So this is all about a spread of relax, take a deep breath, find out what your stressors are, find out what can make the situation easier, what would change the scenario so you aren't fighting this constant battle time after time after time. You need to find out a solution on how to control this, or else it will continue to happen, and you need to be able to learn how to put something safely down for the star sign of Sagittarius. So take care, Sagittarius. This isn't really a terrible reading. It's just a stressor's card indication. I don't feel like this is anything that you can't work out. It just figure out what can be safely put down for you for the moment being. And that is your general messages. And I will speak to you next time. Peace out, my moon tribe.